It's good to have you join us on AD4TV Radio and Weekly Review, coming to you live from Abuja, Nigeria's federal capital. I am Merciful Ajinomo. Coronavirus, according to the World Health Organization, has become a pandemic, and in a bid to control the spread of the virus, affected countries have been on lockdown, preventing the exportation and importation of goods into these affected countries. Our correspondent saw the opinion of some residents in Abuja, Nigeria, on the hike in prices of goods due to the coronavirus outbreak and how it has affected them. The report.
Following the spread of the deadly coronavirus in many parts of the world, with most countries on lockdown, it has caused the hike in prices of goods in Nigeria. Some residents of Abuja, Nigeria, who are of the opinion that the hike in prices of goods is caused by the coronavirus outbreak, had this to say.
That 80% of import that we do, about 75% of that 80% comes from China. Whether iPhone or Samsung or Techno, all of them, these are things that are assembled in China, just brought to Nigeria for sale. And then even the eyelashes that women use and all of that, so all of those come from China. And because of this coronavirus, most of those things are not coming in.
Nobody is selling out and no goods are coming in, particularly in Italy. Nobody is going on and nobody is coming in. So that alone has actually caused a lot of havoc. Because if you don't trade, nothing is coming and nothing is going on. So definitely people will not have the means of livelihood.
Price of goods in the market have increased. Yes, these are some of the people who want to use this as an avenue to exploit people, all in the name of coronavirus.
Gracious Ogun, reporting for AD4TVRADIO, Abuja.
Still talking health, the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control recently alerted the public on the dangers of the use of paracetamol tablets to soften meat used in food preparation. The agency also warned Nigerians to stop using plastic materials, particularly polythene bags, popularly known as nylon, for food packaging to prevent cancer. Our correspondent spoke to a medical practitioner on the health implication of not abiding to the warnings. Here's the report.
Following several warnings by the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control to Nigerians on the use of paracetamol in cooking and food packaging with plastic materials, Dr. Safia Awuda sheds more light on the proper use of paracetamol and the dangers of abusing the drugs, especially when used for cooking.
Paracetamol, as we know, is a drug used for pain, also to reduce temperature, that's fever. But a lot of people now abuse it. But paracetamol itself has a lot of issues. That's why even as doctors, when we prescribe it, we don't prescribe it excessively, sometimes for 3 days and we stop, depending on what we are treating. Like taking paracetamol for more than 4 grams a day has effects on the system, on the liver and the kidneys. It can actually damage the liver, paracetamol, especially when excessive, can damage the liver, can also cause effects on the kidneys. So I don't know, it's not good for people to start using paracetamol in food.
She also spoke on the health implications of packaging food in plastic materials, especially when it is hot.
You know when you use the nylon, because when it's hot, it also releases some chemicals also. So you shouldn't use nylon on some of those. You can use other means of wrapping food, other things that are available that you can use instead of using the nylon. It can be carcinogenic depending on what is being used, what type of nylon. Some are worse than the others. Some nylon are better, like the black ones I think are even more dangerous. So you need to, some of those things you may not know in future can cause cancers. Like even the sachet water too, the whatever the nylon they use in sachet, it's also, when sun hits it, also has some other chemicals released. So these things should be limited as much as possible.
Alex Emmanuel, reporting for AD4TVRADIO, Abuja.
Surrogacy is an arrangement often supported by a legal agreement whereby a surrogate mother agrees to bear a child for another person or persons who will become the child's parent after birth. Surrogate mothers are usually paid for their services, an act known as commercial surrogacy. People may seek a surrogacy arrangement when pregnancy is medically impossible or when pregnancy risks are too dangerous for the intending mother. It is considered one of many assisted reproductive technologies. We spoke to some residents in Abuja, Nigeria, on their perception on surrogacy.
Surrogacy, a technique used by couples to get children, is when a medical practitioner gathers egg from a woman, fertilizes them with sperm from the man, and places the embryo into the uterus of another woman who is called the surrogate mother. The surrogate mother then carries the baby until birth. She doesn't have any genetic ties to the child because it wasn't her egg that was used. Some residents of Abuja, Nigeria, expressed their opinion on surrogacy.
You know, there are some people that you can see it's naturally that they can't be able to give birth. You understand? But it's not something that you should be ashamed of or something that maybe you should feel bad about. Like, if such stuff happened to you, what I would advise is that you rather go for an adoption.
People should be allowed to do whatever they want to do. It's a choice. If you want to adopt, it's up to you. If you want the surrogacy thing, it's up to you. So I'm for freedom anyway. Whatever you want to do. So I know there are some people that would like adoption. There are still some people that would like the surrogacy. So it's a thing of choice.
It's more better to adopt and stand yourself that privilege for you not to come maybe tomorrow or next tomorrow and somebody will be telling you, hey, maybe this is my child, maybe this went through this and through that. So in order to avoid that, it's much better for us to go for adoption.
Gracious Ogun, reporting for AD4TV Radio, Abuja.
Tribal marks are carvings which are specific identification and beautification marks designed on the face or body of people. The tribal marking is peculiar to some cultures in Nigeria, usually inscribed on the body by burning or cutting of the skin during childhood. Various ethnic groups in Nigeria use special facial markings peculiar to their tribe before modernization took over. The special tribal marks is gradually fading away from the country. Our correspondent sought the views of some residents of Abuja, Nigeria on the significance of tribal marks and if they still support the use of tribal marks. The report.
Tribal marks have been used for centuries in parts of Africa to indicate a person's tribal heritage. In Nigeria, almost all tribes have special tribal marks which are peculiar to them. Although the custom is becoming less common, and many who bear tribal marks often face stigma in today's society. Some residents of Abuja, Nigeria, expressed their views on the essence and significance of tribal marks, and this is what they said.
It's a mark of an identity of a particular sect or tribe or generation or lineage. Sometimes during the slavery too, okay, they give a mark to distinguish one set of slavery from a particular region to another. The tribal mark is losing its ground, fading because of modernization.
Tribal mark is an identity that is inscribed in somebody to tell where this person is coming from. People don't longer give tribal mark, but my first son, which is about 14 years now, has a tribal mark, my tribal mark, which my mother, from my instruction, gave him.
The little I know about from Southeast, because I had one, is used to, whenever someone see me with this one, that person knows that I'm from Southeast or that I'm an Igbo man. Because of the thing give me identity. There are some places that I will stand now. Somebody will say, my brother, you identify me through that my mark. So I would like to ascribe it on my own kids.
Alex Emmanuel, reporting for AD4TV Radio, Abuja.
You're watching AD4TV Radio Weekly Review. We will go on a short break now. Up next, Nigerians react to enrolling aged parents in home for the elderly. Nigerians react to proposing on a bended knee. More stories when we return. Do stay.
AD4TV Radio, we focus on education with emphasis on research and innovation, science and technology, women and girl child education, children, health, youth and sports, socio-political and economic reforms, security, environment, entrepreneurship, and entertainment. We'll give you information at your fingertips. Learn on the go. Follow AD4TV Radio on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube. AD4TV Radio, reliable and credible.
We love you, AD4TV Radio.
Many thanks for staying. The Home for the Elderly, otherwise known as an old age home, is a multi-resident housing facility intended for the elderly with facilities that includes meals, gatherings, recreation activities, and some form of health or hospice care with payment made on rental basis. Our correspondent saw the opinions of Nigerians on enrolling their aged parents in a home for the elderly. The report.
The home for the elderly has not been so popular in Nigeria. However, over the years, Nigerians are becoming more recipient to the idea of old age homes, also known as home for the elderly. Despite this shift, there are still some Nigerians who are of contrary opinion in enrolling their elderly into homes. We spoke to some residents of Abuja, Nigeria, on their opinions on enrolling their elderly into an old age home, and this is what they had to say.
Being the ones that give birth to me, I think I should be in the best place to give them that care and love that they deserve, not people outside that they don't even know.
That is not in our culture. We don't believe in that. We believe that when our parents get old, we take care of them by ourselves. That's the reason why we are their children.
I have not been able to see the reason in that, because what about if it comes to my own old age? Are you telling me my children or my whoever, they will now dump me somewhere and be paying for someone to be taking care of me? To me, I don't think it's a very good idea.
For everything, there are advantages and disadvantages. Making the best decisions, however, is based on agreement by both parties. Deborah Yusuf reporting for AD4TV Radio in Abuja.
According to a Nigerian veteran actor, Pete Edochie, kneeling to propose to a woman is demeaning and does not support the Nigerian culture, as it is a Western culture adopted by many Nigerians. Kneeling to propose to a woman has recently become a trend in Nigeria, and some men kneel and make grand gestures while proposing to their partners. Our correspondent sought the opinions of Nigerians on this. Here's the report.
According to studies, many women find it appealing for a man to propose on one knee. The message behind the gesture is that the man is offering himself wholeheartedly to the woman without reservations, elevating her to an exalted position in their relationship and offering her the choice to determine the course of their relationship. However, some have a different opinion that men should not kneel to propose to their women. We spoke to some residents in Abuja, Nigeria on this, and here's what they had to say.
It's not a big deal, for crying out loud, man. You're taking this girl all the way to your house and everything has to change, her concept, her name, whatever. Just kneeling down won't take anything off from me, so I don't see it as a big deal. You really have to kneel down while you want to propose to me, honestly.
It is not normal for a man to kneel down before a woman in proposal. It's wrong. A man cannot bring himself low before a woman. For me, I cannot do that.
I think it somehow look foreign to us. For a man to kneel down, he want to propose. There's other way man will propose.
Deborah Yusuf reporting for AD4TV Radio, Abuja.
On a lighter mood, did you know that you can't breathe and swallow at the same time? Because during the act of swallowing, our airway is automatically closed off by the vocal cords, making it impossible to breathe in. Please share your thoughts with us on our social media handles at AD4TV Radio on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn and Instagram. That's it on AD4TV Radio Weekly Review, coming to you live from Abuja, Nigeria's federal capital. You can join the conversation on our website www.ad4tvradio.com. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube page at AD4TV Radio. Many thanks for watching. I am Merciful Ajinomo.